Alrighty. MEG patch. That is a cool looking image of her. God dang. Okay. I don't know. A new playable character has been added alongside an update to master point allocation. Right. Yeah, we know that. So, okay. So no EX characters. That is right away, immediately. That's big unfortunate, right? That is big unfortunate. I guess the ranked system update is why they didn't do that. I will say at this point, now that they've set the precedent of EX characters and then broke it, right? And now that, you know, the ranked system update is cool, but at this point, I would expect to scroll down and see at least a wilderness patch size patch, if not a little bigger, if anything, right? Because, I mean, God knows, at this point, we need more balance changes than we have in a while. Like, we need more balance changes than we have since post-Vaseraga patch, you know. In that time period, we have not needed balance changes more than we do right now, probably. So we'll see. But, let's just go on. No more speculating. MEG is here. Music tracks, Mega Mari. Character guide is out. We'll watch that in a second, certainly. Arcade mode MEG. Survival mode MEG. Yeah. Yep, new master ranks have been added. We already know about this, right? This is Gold Master, Silver Master. All this is good. I'm going to try not to look at chat. People are going to definitely read ahead of me. Color ratings have been removed from the game. Oh, that's interesting. They took square colors out. And now it's just like, roughly, they tell you if they think they're better, equal, or worse than you. Sure, and it's calculated based on all of your matches. Interesting. Grand Brews, I don't care. Oh, nothing. Okay, cool. Bug fixes. This is actually curious because there are a lot of like meaningful bugs here, but let's see. Fixed voices during Vaseraga Super, nope. Command list, nope. Weapon skins, no one cares. Command list, nope. English description, Spanish, okay, so nothing. Okay. Maybe there'll be in character adjustments if they like fix Fairies Farel or something, but we'll see. Wow. Teeny weeny. Okay. Teeny weeny. Now, notably, I'm curious about this. Small patch. Zooey, Yuel, Anila. Eh? Okay. Teeny weeny little patch. I'm curious to see how big these characters got impacted. From what I can tell, people were saying Yuel got buffed a lot by looking at the dev match. So if this is like 4 very big changes to these characters, then we'll see, right? Like if Vaseraga is nerfed heavily and like these 3 are buffed heavily, then the patch could still be interesting. But let's see. Vaseraga, after strengthening much of Vaseraga's toolkit in the version 2.1 update, we've reevaluated his skills to lessen the number of situations where he can maintain advantage. Okay, so yeah, boss nerfs. I will say, this is not unsurprising, right? But at this point, it's been long enough now that we're saying we're nerfing Vaseraga, but Catalina is the exact same. Beatrix is still there. Matera did not get nerfed last patch. He got buffed, arguably. Percival got buffed last patch. Like, I am... Every patch that passes, man, I'm a little bit like, what are we doing here, right? Like, what are we doing, right? Like, the game is being taken on a strange... The Vaseraga patch did amazing work, and every patch after it has been confusing to me, but sure. In a vacuum... Oh yeah, no Vakala here is hilarious. If they buff these 3 big, we'll see. Vaseraga nerfs in a vacuum makes sense. Vaseraga is a little too strong right now, I think. The Soulforge gauge system has been adjusted to make it more difficult to use in succession. Interesting. As compensation, oh god, this too, man. We can talk about this. I don't know that you needed to give Vaseraga any compensation buffs, right? This is a thing they always do, right? They give them a nerf, they give them a compensation buff. If the nerfs they're going to give him are meaningful, then like maybe, but this is also becoming a very worrying pattern in how they balance these characters. This is why Percival essentially got buffed last patch, and you know, Matera got buffed last patch, because they got tiny little slap on the wrist nerfs, right? And then they got compensation buffs that are actually pretty big. So let's see. We've adjusted H Savage Rampage, that's his steppers, hitboxes to make it easier to combo from anywhere on screen. Okay. I feel like this is already a pretty consistent way to combo. Like the steppers were already a very good combo filler, but I guess there's slightly more consistency there. That's probably not a huge deal. Oh, his mid-screen, right? Auto combo, EX Fireball, Far M, H Steppers. Used to need to micro dash or micro walk for that. I bet you that this works now, right? I bet you his mid-screen, like his optimal, like meterless mid-screen is just brain dead now, right? You just go auto combo, EX Fireball, 5M into H Steppers, and it just works. That's actually a pretty big buff. Because that means, yeah, okay. Farem has more whiff recovery. Soulforge gauge depletes to 0 if Vaseraga tanks a hit during recovery. Okay. So if you hit him during the recovery of a move, he loses all Soulforge? That's interesting. The gauge now also no longer stops depleting when activating Soulforge if it's already active. Okay. Making it easier to predict gauge depletion. This should give foes more options. Alright, so they didn't revert the Vaseraga Soulforge gauge, but it looks like they're making it deplete more often. Alright, cool. You Fireball made it easier for him to maintain pressure. We've adjusted block stun and pushback. Oh, this could be a really big nerf. Yes, and then HH Tackle we know doesn't do the second hit if it whiffs. Increase the cooldowns for L and M versions of the stance. Oh. It's like a lot of L and M, or a few L and M specials actually have cooldowns, unlike, you know, normally where it's just as soon as you're done with the move, it's back. I guess that he's getting that too. I mean, these are incredibly strong light and medium moves. So that's okay, interesting. To compensate, horrible, scary word. We've expanded the vertical hitbox upward to make it easier to utilize. Okay, so yeah, this is the same thing from up here. Yeah, this is the same thing from up here. Okay, so what exactly are we doing here? 3 extra frames of recovery on far end. Makes it more minus on block. Punishable in some cases, maybe. Maybe, but at the ranges he uses it, probably not. I guess more so, it's probably going to be easier to whiff punish, I guess. But sure. Soulforge gauge no longer stops depleting when doing it. It depletes to 0 if Soulforge is interrupted from the 33rd frame onward. Oh, so if you hit him out of Soulforge, he doesn't get it anymore. Is that what that means? So like even after he goes like the rah, right? He and gets the gauge, if you punish him on the recovery, he doesn't get it at all. So it'll be easier to stop Vaseraga from getting Soulforge. Gotcha. Block stun reduced by 6 frames on you Fireball. Okay. It's probably going to be a lot harder for him to... This is still going to be a very good pressure tool, right? But and a great combo tool and everything, right? My guess is what this does is it's going to make it so Vaseraga can probably never, hopefully never, or almost never, do you Fireball until you block it into free Soulforge. Because that was one of the strongest things you could do with this, right? Is, like just... He didn't even have to hit you. A lot of times he has to hit you to get Soulforge. With you Fireball, he just throws it out, and if you block it, he gets Soulforge. So that is a pretty big nerf, actually, right? That's a pretty big nerf. This is probably like a moderate nerf. This is a pretty big nerf as well, right? I believe it's no longer plus on whiff this way. I don't think anything has changed about the recovery, right? It's just the block stun. Block stun's reduced. It's the same move otherwise. Okay, the second hit no longer activates the first whiffs. This is also great, right? That's just like that. This feels like it never should have happened. U battalions pushback on the second hit has been reduced. This is U tackle. I wonder on the second hit, is this gonna make it not wall bounce if he's in the corner? What does that mean? Is this gonna make this not wall bounce if his back is to the wall? Because otherwise, the pushback is to the wall, right? What if it means it's more punishable? They already did that. This is on the hit. This thing just means on block? On block or hit? Well, on block, they already did that in the last patch, right? It already got nerfed in that exact same way. Am I crazy? Vaseraga's in this patch, isn't he? Or no. Galleon patch. When they buffed him, they did that. Sorry. Like, in the Galleon patch, they made it so that... Where they Giga buffed him, they also... did... this. Pushback when blocking the second hit has been reduced. Right? So now it's you're always point blank with this. I mean, maybe you get close L now, is what they're saying, instead of far L? This could be one of two things. Either you get close L on this, which is a kind of a nerf, right? When the first hit whiffs. Well, yeah, because the one for when the first hit doesn't whiff was all the way back in the Versuja patch, right? They kind of nerfed the block stun pushback on this over several points. The one where if the first hit doesn't whiff was all the way back here. right? You Battalions of Fear. Pushback on the second hit has been reduced when the first hit is blocked. You see that? So, like, I don't think this is on block. Maybe, though, this means that... I guess because you're right. I think they say lateral knockback distance, right? Yeah. So I guess this means you get close L on it? That's good. That's good, I guess. I was thinking maybe he didn't get wall bounce in the corner, and I was going to be like, wow, they just, like, torpedoed his reward, but no. Cooldown from about a third of a second to a second and a third. Okay. But they gave it a cooldown, basically, right? Because 20 frames, it doesn't have a cooldown, right? It's a third of a second. They gave it a little bit of a cooldown. This is also a pretty big nerf. Because it means Voss can't just... Because one of the dumb things about the Soulforge gauge was Voss just spamming stance over and over and over again when you block stance options, right? Man, Vaseraga has been nerfed. Voss has been nerfed to, like, this is... Yeah, man. His mid-screen combo is going to be much more consistent, but... I think this character probably is, like, noticeably worse now. I mean, this is, like... Pretty noticeable nerf. Big nerf. Big nerf. Big nerf. Big nerf. Well, no, I'm not, somewhat nerf. Big nerf. Right? I think this character is probably fine now. Maybe I'm crazy. I think he's probably fine. He didn't get shot in the head. Vaseraga is still good, right? But, like, maybe the Soulforge gauge is still a little stupid, but they made a lot of the stupidest parts about Soulforge being a gauge a lot harder to access, right? They also made it a lot more reasonable for you to actually stop him from getting it. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm happy with these Voss changes, I think, overall. Still a little bit, like, really, we're, like, actually target nerfing Vaseraga majorly. But what, like, okay. Ignore the I'm sorry. This is going to be a negative, like, conversation, probably. I apologize. Ignore the compensation buffs that they even gave Matera and Percival, right? Ignore that entirely, right? Look at the nerfs that they gave them, right? This is, like, it. Like, ignore the compensation buffs. Pretend that this is the only thing here, right? Why is Vaseraga getting this, but Matera gets that? You know? And ignoring the fact that Matera got, like, big compensation buffs, too. You know? Why does Percival get 7 buffs and, like, a nothing nerf to Flame Carpet? But Vaseraga gets this. Why? Why? Why does Vaseraga get this, but Catalina gets nothing at all? Was it the Sandalphon patch or the Gal? I think it was the Sandalphon patch where Catalina got her nerf, right? It just feels a little bit like bipolar. Like these are good changes to Vaseraga. Like I think overall they tone him down without being too crazy, right? But like, oh no, she doesn't get auto combo off of her U Fireball anymore. Like, what are we doing? Right? What are we doing? I don't know. But cool, I guess. Let's hope Zooey got big buffs. A portion of Zooey's skills have been adjusted to increase the reliability of her combo issues options from mid-screen. Summon Dragon, Immortal Thrust, now launches foes. Which one's Immortal Thrust? Which it allows Zooey to convert a hit into more advantageous situations. Is Immortal Thrust just the regular Fireball? All of Zooey's skills that consume Dragon Gauge have been strengthened, including changes to chip damage. Okay. M Spinning Slash is now mid-air unblockable. Okay. It's like an anti-air now. That's interesting. And the falling action now causes ground bounce on mid-air counter hits. Okay. All right. Okay. So she's got like a pretty, hopefully a pretty scary like actually anti-air option in that outside of her 2H. It's invincible frame what exactly? You know that off the top of your head, Tubby? The M Spinning Slash? What frame is that shit invincible? It's not frame 1, I know that, but I know it is eventually. I thought. No? Oh, only H? Only H is invincible. Oh, something like 13? Oh, okay. Maybe Dustloop has it for us. That's Zooey Grand Blue. I'm looking for Zooey Dustloop. Oh, Dustloop's dead! Right. Okay, never mind. Anyway, it's got... maybe. Do you see the Meg guide? I will. Mid-air H Aerial Spinning Slash now also causes ground bounce, even on non-counter hits, which make it easier to utilize within combos. To compensate, we made a minus on block. Interesting. Is this a mid-screen combo extender? Did she go like auto combo into HDP now? Or... No, okay, hold on. They made a minus? No, I know, I understand, but like, this, calm down, Tubby, calm down. Is this a mid-screen combo special now? Because like, that might be worthwhile for it to be safe on block instead of plus. If, assuming she's going to get like, she can go like auto combo into H spinning slash and like get carry off of that, right? Maybe off of auto combo? Yeah, no compensation nerfs? Now it's true, she probably didn't need those, but like, you know. Close hit Armageddon causes Zooey to change sides with a foe. That's the super, right? She can roll after, okay. Light Fireball launches foes, that's better for zoning. 200 extra damage. Lateral knockback reduced while launch height increased. I assume this is to maybe make it better as a combo extender somewhere. Heavy Breath. Chip damage increased to 500. Blocks on the third hit. It's plus 12 now. That's interesting. They're trying to make it a little bit. They're trying to make it a little bit less good to just sit there and block Zooey until she runs out of Dragon Gauge, I guess. Okay. Sweeping Beam. Damage adjusted. First hit does 700 more. Second to 7th hits do 50 less each. So overall, it's gonna do 700 more there and 300 less here. So yeah, 400. Yeah, 400 extra. Okay, a little bit more damage. That's fine. Long range damage adjusted as follows. Again, damage buff. Okay, cool. So more damage on Sweeping Beam. That's good. That's good. It's gonna make it more, this will make it do more chip as well, right? As well, like this does more chip and this explicitly does more chip as well. Fine. Peacemaker's Wings, is that her, what is this? What is this? Is this the thrust out of the charge? Or what is that? The charge follow-up? Gotcha. L or M Thunder. Hit stun for the lightning strike has been increased. Oh, it's Truck-kun? Oh, gotcha. No new EXs? No, it doesn't seem so. Hit stun for the lightning has been increased by 10 frames. Wait, what? Sorry, I missed that. 10 frames? I wonder what that lets you do. I mean, I don't know what that... What does that mean, Tubby? What do you think this means? Because, like... Can you get a far M from it? I mean, you 13, like whatever you were plus, you're 10 more plus. This let you do the dust loop. Maybe we can combo off of it. I mean, that's interesting. This actually so far seems like the biggest deal. I'm not sure what this means because I don't know enough about. Even when I got Zooey to master, I never used her lightning because my understanding, no one ever uses the lightning outside of H, maybe sometimes. But okay, very cool. Also lost. Thank you for the subscription. Incredibly. This is no longer air blockable. Mid-air counter hits causes a ground bounce. Knockback has been adjusted to make it easier for all the hits to land. And total number of hits increased by 1 to make it more consistent. Gotcha. That's potentially a big deal. Yeah. Okay. And then this one always causes a ground bounce if you anti-air. Wait, what does mid-air mean? They fixed the Versuja bug? Yeah, I assume that's the... What does mid-air mean here? This shit's not air okay, is it? Am I crazy? She can't do this in the air. Like anti-air? I guess, yeah. Ah, so it's not a combo special. Probably anti-air? I will say, if we're gonna just make it cause a combo on anti-air, I feel like it could be plus on block still. You know what I mean? And the coming down part of it is. If this is like only gonna work on anti-airs, then it definitely could have still been plus on block. If this is just weird phrasing and you can just do it anyway, then fine, but cool. And then again, more consistent, sure. I mean, I'm not like... It's good that Zooey is in a patch, but like... This might be a really big deal, right? This might be a really big deal. I'm not sure what this does. Right? I'm not sure what this does. But like, if this, assuming this is not like a crazy big buff or something like that, Zooey was not very good, guys. Zooey could have gotten more, but maybe. I mean, again, if this is like, she has meterless mid-screen now, it's actually pretty good and gets good combo off of it, then that's pretty good. And if this is also like lightning is a lot more scary now, then fair enough. If this is an anti-air only conversion and this is kind of whatever, then I'm... But you know what? I want to be a negative Nancy for no reason. There are lots of reasons to be negative on some directions here, but this could be very cool for Zooey. Here's hoping, right? Here's hoping. Here's hoping this is very cool for Zooey. I heard the Yuels were fucking losing their minds, so let's see. Hanarachi is the backflip, yes? Fox Flame is Fox Flame. This is a big ass fucking deal, man. Her 2M is 6 frames? Is it still medium attack level? Because, like, every other 6 frame 2M. Oh, no, we've decreased its clash level. Nope, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Every other 6 frame 2L is like 2M is light clash level, so it's good that that also is. But yeah, okay. 6 frame. That button has really good range for a 6 frame button, by the way. Like, the range on it was kind of whatever for a 7 frame button. That is a really good 6 frame button. That UL 2M is one of the silliest buttons just in the game now, right? Straight up. The stance 2L combos into close H by canceling stance after hits. But we've added the ability to cancel it into Yugetsu, which is is that the anti-air in the stance 2H? Oh, which is a true combo on counter hits, giving players an easier follow-up option. So counter hit 2L goes into stance 2H. That's probably more damage in those counter hit scenarios, so that's good. You can never contest her after throw tech now, can you? Well, no, because if you have a 2L, it'll clash with it. It's just more so going to be very good for her on defense and in neutral. Okay, cool. Our adjustments to Yuel up to this point made it easier to weave into the stance, but this risks having our playstyle be overly reliant on it, so we've made some adjustments to L and M Fox Flame to add some new options. We've reduced the startup from 21 to 20, from 19. Oh, wait, is this not fake anymore? Because Yuel doing this as a block string was fake out of, like, everything but close H. You could throw it. I wonder if you can't anymore. Fox Flame's a dash? No, Fox Flame is the little pose that she does with the fire around her. That's Fox Flame. This was fake out of, like, every normal but close H on the light and heavy versions, I think. I wonder if you can't throw this in a lot more situations now. M version has 16 active frames and has 6 fewer recovery frames. 6? Wait, he could save... M was also fake? M was always fake, to be fair. 6 recovery frames? If you meaty with this, she can beat UDPs with that. Right? I think, yeah. If you meaty perfectly with that, she can beat UDPs with that. 6 recovery frames is nothing. Okay. M Fox Flame, yeah. In return, its hitbox was shortened. Okay, fine. And then H Fox Flame, startup reduced by 1 frame to reduce the chance of side swapping. And also, you get close H on non-counter hits, right? I think you skipped over Hanarachi. Oh, my bad. But yeah, she used to get close H into goddamn. She used to get close H into H Fox Flame on counter hits, or sorry, on crouching hits. She now just gets it all the time. And Yuel has an 8-frame close H, right? So you can go close L, close H into Fox Flame. So her meterless mid-screen got a lot... Ooh. And yes, L, M, and M backflip have projectile invuln from frames 16 to 30. And these guys already have some amount of invuln on startup, by the way. How interesting. Yuel got buffed a lot. She needed it, right? She needed it. Far M pushback on first hit reduced. Really? I wonder if that makes her whole far M into stance 2H like mind game situation a little bit better or worse. I'm not sure what this would do. Pushback on block on the first hit reduced. Curious. It's gonna make it more punishable if she doesn't cancel, which is... Is this a nerf? Is this a nerf? I think this is a nerf because not only does this make it more punishable if you don't cancel it, but I feel like it also makes it... Because a lot of times Yuel will go like far M into light Starlit Sky into stance 2H. and then that has a big low profile on it, right? And a lot of the buttons that, and she could like, so if you like swing like Grand Far M or something like that, it'll low profile it and counter hit you. But if you're closer to her now, then it might be the case that like a lot of those lower hitting buttons that'll catch low profile would reach. So I'm not sure. This might be a relatively sizable nerf actually, but this is huge. Clash level reduced is fine. This is a huge buff. This move is crazy at 6 frames. This is good. Better combo counter hit conversions off of that. So stance in general is more threatening, which Yuel desperately needs. This is really good because one of Yuel's biggest weaknesses is projectiles and projectile zoning. This kind of gives her something of a neutral skip with the backflip, which is very interesting. I think that's good for her. She needed that. I think this means that this is going to be a true block string, or rather a frame trap, not throwable, out of a lot of her normals. Definitely out of close H, maybe out of close M. I'm not sure. That's very nice for her, right? Yeah, that's very nice. And in general, this might lead to better combos in some cases too. This, I think, means she can safe jab UDPs without being in fucking stance, which is insane. Safe Fox Flame it. And again, that many active frames, I don't even want to know, like, how plus is this thing? With 7 recovery frames taken off of it, it was already plus on block if you blocked it, right? With 7 recovery frames taken off of it, this is also going to become better on counter hits. This is going to be better as a turn stealing option. And again, this is going to be a turn stealing option that you can throw, but your gap between this and this is going to be smaller, and she's going to get better reward off of this, and this is real, right? And then the hitbox is shortened, which is fine. But then this also, her mid-screen is way... I think Yuel is way better this patch, right? These are very meaningful Yuel buffs, it feels like. Her mid-screen is better, her stance is more threatening, she's better into projectiles, and her pressure is stronger. This is like almost everything that I wanted from her. Wow. This, like, light, medium, heavy Fox Flame bullshit is gonna be horrifying, by the way. On top of her having a 6-frame button that is pretty goddamn big to poke at you with, and... I wonder if this gives her, I'm curious, man. Yeah, but wow, okay, cool. Yuel is a lot better. Yuel's a lot better. She's not, like, I don't think amazing or anything like that. But, like, this character was, like, bottom 4 or 5, something like that, in my opinion. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, Anila. Now, preface, I know I'm Anila's greatest up player. Of the 2 characters so far, Zooey needed buffs way more than Anila did. Yuel needed buffs way more than Anila did. Personally, this almost annoys me that Anila's even taking up a spot here. This should have been Vikala. You know what I mean? But let's see what they did for her. We've reevaluated many of her regular attacks and skills to expand her combo options in neutral and give her greater flexibility. Sure, yeah, buffs, obviously. The 5U follow-up launches foes higher. Oh, it's like a combo starter in the corner. And it into its follow-up is a true block string. That's curious. The complement value's been increased, though. Okay. Huh, a launcher that isn't H-sheep. Okay, so if she wants to keep that cooldown, she can. That's good for her to have, for sure. Increased L&M Flock to the Future. That's, the Flock to the Future is her riding the sheep, right? They travel faster now. Okay, cool. We reduced the M version startup, making it useful as a combo starter by following up a counter hit close H with it. That's also going to make it a better pressure tool, right? Because this is like the one that you reacted to and spot dodged. This one's plus on block, right? M Flock to the Future? So you used to react to this and spot dodge it? It's a better pressure tool and a better combo. Okay. M Hop travels farther. Ooh, I bet you this is going to let her get the safe jumps in the mid-screen too. Off like, you know, like counter hit 6-6H into like auto combo into M Hop. Is probably a safe jump in the mid-screen now too, which is very good for her. The U version of the hop is... Oh, she has a real big boy throw bait now. They're talking about using this in neutral to beat projectiles. 22 frames is gonna catch your 2L. Anila's got a real throwbait now. And a better anti-projectile tool. Oh. Huh. That's cool. Okay, that's good. That's a good buff. We've also increased its damage as well as the ground bounce height when hitting midair, which will make any follow-ups more reliable. Okay, that's good. Fury of the Ram is the SSBA. And Anila's double attack will sometimes whiff of the foe's launch, so we expanded their vertical hitboxes upward. Oh, this is great. That maybe she'll get cinematic super more often too. Thoughts so far on the patch? Well, I'll talk about it in a second. Double attack, hitbox upward. Okay, that's good. Auto combo is a bit more consistent. Oh, far H is less punishable on block. That's cool. Okay. I'm sorry. They buffed her 2H? Okay, it's like only maybe the best 2H in the game, but cool. Even better now. 5U is faster, gonna convert off probably even... Oh, wait. Her 5U converts off far L now. Yeah. 16 frames, right? 16 frames is the magic number to convert off of a non-counter hit far L. She can go far L into 5U. I wonder if this is like a bit of a roundabout way, because for some ungodly reason, they didn't make the H sheep faster. So, even though Anila got a buff, she still has the problem where at max range of her far L and her far M and all of this, the H sheep still will not link. But I wonder if ramification will now do that for far L as kind of a band-aid. Or, sorry, this. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, follow-up is better. Sure. H, fluff 'em, stuff 'em is her fireball. Whoa! Recovery reduced by 4 frames. This is like a regular fireball now, but it can't be rolled. This is a good fireball now. Like, a lot of the fireballs that can't be rolled have more recovery to them. That's nice. That's very nice for her. Okay. That's like, this is like almost the recovery on like Grand's fireball. Far L does not convert it to 5U due to that change? Wait, what do you mean? Why? It never would have before. Oh, increased. Oh, increased. Oh, increased. What? Why? Okay. Yeah, sure, man. Okay. And yeah, okay, 4 frames. This is nice, though. That is nice. Overall, yeah, this is unchanged. That's fine. The L1 is faster. Startup reduced is interesting because, I mean, this is gonna make it a better pressure tool. Travel speed increased. This is good. This is a good buff as well. Just got off work break. Why am I hearing compensation from Matera? Matera did not get touched at all. Okay, cool. Her M-hop duration before movement begins has been increased. Why? 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 Why would you do that? But sure. Why? Okay. But yeah, also, it goes further now. So again, she probably gets some safe jumps more often. And then the U-hop is a real throwbait now, I think. I mean, Anila, this is like some good buffs and some like strangely weird nerfs. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. But Anila, I think Anila was fine. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, Anila desperately needed saving and they didn't save her, right? Honestly, Anila is really mostly buffed because of this, and this are all pretty good, right? Anila is definitely better. She's better. Anila got buffed more than Zooey did, I think, which feels weird. And Anila got buffed way more than Vikala did, for sure. But, yeah, okay. That's the end of the patch, by the way. Yeah, and they fixed a bug fix that hurt Luane. That's fine. Wait, what? The invincibility for La Diva's U Headbutt of Love unintentionally remained until the end of the action? So armored time had been reduced? Oh. It's supposed to only last... I thought they did that on purpose. It's supposed to only last until the end of the active frames. I see. Oh. Okay, well... Sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, fine. Oh, they fixed Fairy's Farel. Okay, yay. Hooray. Awesome. That's good. His H grenade dealt damage twice with his SSBA? What the fuck? Bub's U Karma was fucked. Wire locks onto only the foe. Sure. Death perform an action with a recovering love redemption. Cool. Doesn't look like anything else is that major. They fixed Fairy's Farel, which is good. Fixed an issue where Narmaya EX, where knockback from Setsuna would behave erratically. Wellness SBA gauge recovery penalty would not take effect after his SBA. Okay, cool. Is there gonna have these 4 character patches? I wish they were more frequent or more impactful, to be honest with you. Ugh. No EX characters and small patch? And I mean, okay, I will say Vaseraga, these are good nerfs. They didn't go overboard, I don't think, but Vaseraga's a lot more reasonable now, which is good. Zooey, I don't think is that much better. But, you know, I don't think Zoe's that much better. Maybe Zoe's way better, right? Maybe Zoe's way better. What is the best interpretation of this patch, right? Vaseraga got nerfed in a meaningful way. Maybe Zooey has like way scarier lightning setups without cooldown now, and she has like pretty damn good meterless mid-screen. Yuel actually got just buffed a lot, which is good. She needed that badly. And Anila got buffed. Now here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. That is not that good. Like, that's not that good of a patch, right? The ranked rework is cool, but like, take the best case outcome for all of these. Yeah, say these are like good but measured Vaseraga nerfs, meaningful Zooey buffs that make her, you know, put her in a fine spot for the rest of the game's lifespan, great UL buffs, and good Anila buffs. That's still not that good, man, right? Like, we need to address the top end of the game, and we just haven't, right? This guy is still exactly the same. This bitch is still exactly the same, right? This character might be a fucking problem. We don't have to worry about that quite yet, right? You know, Beatrix hasn't been nerfed in a year. Catalina hasn't been nerfed or hasn't been changed meaningfully in a year. You know? Vikala is still bottom 1. Nier is still there. Yeah, like, I don't know. This doesn't really feel like anything, honestly. Right? Like, I hate to be that, like, you know, it doesn't really feel like anything. My problem is, I'll be much more okay with a tiny patch like this if the wellness patch was, on the whole, a good patch. And besides including EX characters, right? Which was awesome. And wellness was awesome. And the Vera changes were awesome. And I like the Jita buffs. I like the Lance buffs, right? But like, this guy was a mistake. This is a mistake. This is arguably a mistake, but at the very least, even if you don't agree on the power level, they like introduced a bug to Fairy in this patch. This is probably a mistake. That's probably a mistake. Right? Like, this was a not very well received rework. This was pretty solid. Like, on the whole, why is this a problem now? I did not realize he had a 50-50 out of U grenades, basically. In hindsight, I didn't know if he had a real 50-50 out of U grenade, I don't think he needed to get buffed as much as he did, right? But, like, point being, the wellness patch as a whole was kind of a miss. So, with that in mind, I really wanted us to steer, you know, strongly back in the other direction with the MEG patch, and it just didn't happen. I don't think anything in here is bad, right? Except for maybe Zooey not getting buffed enough. That might be the only thing. But I think Yuel got big buffs and needed them. Anila got some nice buffs and she needed them. Vaseraga got some good nerfs and he needed them. But it's more so what's not in this patch, right? Did I say nerfs? Oh, sorry, big buffs. Or if you got buffs and if she didn't get enough buffs, that would be the bad thing, right? But like, it's more so what's not here. Vikala's not here. Unfortunately, EX characters are not here, right? Luane changes are not here. Catalina changes are not here. Beatrix changes are not here. Percival changes are not here. Matera changes are not here, right? So, like, if we're gonna pick one guy to nerf, why are we nerfing Vaseraga? Of all people. I understand the character's probably a menace at lower level, and he's good at high level too, very good. But like, why is this the one character singled out for a nerf in this patch? He's like problem number 13 or something like that. So I mean, I don't know. I am the ranked. I like the ranked changes in Master, right? But they're not big changes either, right? So I don't know, man. Ilsa patch. Here we come. Also, obviously, no system changes either, right? Brave counter is the same. 6XL is the same. So, you know. I don't know, man. This patch is better on the... well, I mean, I was going to say it's better than the Wilderness patch, but at least the Wilderness patch had 3 EX characters with it, which was pretty fucking awesome. So... Well, I'll see you guys in 3 months to see if the Ilsa patch does anything more interesting. But this is not what we wanted. I don't think. Unfortunately, I don't want to be a negative guy. I feel like I'm usually not, but this is not quite what we were looking for when we were waiting for these patch notes. I don't think.